Hi, hope you're doing okay. So today we're doing like a full face of Technic and Body Collection. If you didn't know, they're sister brands, so I think Technic owns Body Collection. So yeah, let's dive straight into eyeshadows. So I have two, one from Body Collection, one from Technic. So I have the Body Collection eyeshadow palette in Red Carpet Glam. So that's that, very, you know, it's basic, you know, I mean, yeah, there's that. And then I've also got this Technic eyeshadow palette. This is the Trendsetter one. This is a pressed pigment palette, whereas this is just an eyeshadow palette. So yeah, this is what we've got. Let's do this palette first. So this is the Body Collection eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna do this on this side, and I'll start off with the Transition shade. They don't have any names on them. Just gonna tip it and blend. Okay, it's looking a little patchy on the camera, but in real life it's looking pretty nice and pigmented actually. Like, look at that. I will also find the prices of all of these products and put them on the screen, so you will see how much this costs. And Technic and Body Collection can both be bought at Wilko. If you can hear that, that is our new baby guinea pig squeaking. So we went to Pets at Home the other day and we were thinking we was gonna get a guinea pig. So we walked in there and there was like no guinea pigs, and we was like, oh god, what are we gonna do if there isn't one? Because we had sort of, I don't know, we had sort of got excited about it. And then we waited for ages, and then someone come over and he was like, have they even checked if the guinea pigs they have are girls? Because there was literally one cage of guinea pigs. So we was like, I don't know if they've checked if they're girls. He went and asked, he was like, yeah, they're girls, let's open them up and see. He opened them up and there was just one girl in there, so it almost just seemed like fate to us. So we got her. I will put pictures and videos in this video. Her name is Min and she's gorgeous. She's adorable. She's so cute. You'll see, I'll put videos in. So then we'll dip into this pink right here. It's kind of like a pinkish purple. It's very deep, and I'm just gonna tap that sort of in the like lower part of the crease. That's got nice pigment to it. And I have actually quite a few of these little I don't know what they're called, £6 palettes. They had like a few. There's like a green one, this one, I think there's like a blue one. Okay, then flat brush, I'm gonna take this deep purple and they have like a little bit of kickback, like you can see a little bit. It's nothing crazy honestly, and there's no fallout, she says, as she's gonna get fallout. Oh, this shade, nice actually. It's actually really difficult to formulate purples. I don't know why. I think it's because of the red pigment in them. Like, reds are really hard to formulate, and so are purples. And this one seems, you know, it seems a bit like dry, and it seems a bit chalky, but I don't know. When I first tapped it on, I was like, oh, that's got some nice pigment to it, but the more I sort of tap it and it shears out, it does still have pigment to it, but it's not as like intense. So I'll just hold up so you can see. Like, it's not as deep and intense as that. I do want to try and deepen this like crease up a bit, but it's not really doing it for me. But then we're going to try the shimmers. So there's two like shimmers. There's this one down here which seems like a sort of coppery kind of rose goldish, and then there's this right here which is more of like an actual pink it seems, and then you have a glitter. So I'm gonna start with my finger and take this pink one, and that kind of like out in this area. Okay, nice shimmer. Like, they actually feel pretty decent. And then I'll take the lighter, I just wiped off my finger on a towel. I'm gonna take the lighter sort of like rose goldish one, put that right there. You know, that actually has quite a nice tone to it. Like, it is sort of, it's not as pink as the other one, but it still has sort of like a pinkish to it. It is definitely like what I would classify like rose gold, with rose gold. And then let's take the glitter. I'm not excited about this. I'm not going to use like a glitter base or anything. I'm going to take this. Because like when they put it in the palette like this, I'm not going to get glitter glue out for it because they've put it in the palette. So I just want it to go straight on my eye. Just right in the middle. Okay, so it is coming off. Okay, so this is fine. I mean, I probably would have preferred if they added another matte instead of the glitter, just because like I'm not really the biggest fan of these pressed glitters. I feel like if I'm going to use a glitter, I'd rather use something that like adhered to my eye a bit better. I would have rather just had the option to have more mattes, but obviously once I've cleaned it up and everything, this is that palette, all of that palette on my eye. On this eye, I'm going to use my Technic Trendsetter palette, and I'm going to try and do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to try and use some of the shades that I maybe actually haven't used in this yet. So start off with this right here. It's sort of like a tan colour is what I want to call it, like a terracotta tan colour. So the difference is that these Technic ones are pressed pigment, so they work better on a sticky base. So obviously I had that concealer on my lid. I haven't touched anything up since then. It's a nice little transition. It's kind of similar to the one that we had on this eye, maybe just a little bit lighter. But it's sort of like a light orange tan colour. Tan is just the best colour description that I've got. I'm going to go ahead and take a smaller brush and dip into this green right here. I've never used this colour before, so why not? I'm just gonna pop that up there into the crease also, but just like a bit lower down. So there is some pigment, but it's not like too pigmented straight away. You do need to build it up a little, and it's kind of looking a little patchy. Okay, so they're not blending the fabbest. I've used this palette before and it's usually really good, but as I mentioned, I haven't actually tried this green shade yet. Then we will take this green right here. It's like a dark forest green. It looks almost black, kind of. Oh, I'm just going to pat that out here. Oh wow, that has like pigment for days. Look at that. Okay, as I'm blending it, it's looking a little patchy up in here. Okay, from a distance it looks alright, but up close it's looking patchy patch right in here. And I don't know why. So I'm going to try and fix that with shimmer. Shimmer is the way forward. So I'm going to take this green to start off with and put that on like the outer edge to try and conceal that basically. Then on the very, very centre, I'm going to take this green right here. It's like a lighter version. And that's just going to go right in the centre. Didn't do anything yet. It did a little something, didn't it? For the very inner part of the lid, I'm going to take this shade here. It's kind of like a taupey... It's like a taupey colour. It's nice though. And that's just going to go on the very inner portion. Ooh, I like that. So I just quickly cleaned everything up, and then I also used a little bit of primer water just to like refresh my face. And then for actual primer, I have this Technic Vitamin C Brightening Primer. It's got a really nice like orange scent. And it gives you a really nice glow. I think it does have like a little bit of shimmer in it, but like you can't see it like visibly on your skin. Like you can't see like glitter particles. It just looks like gold radiance. For foundation, we're gonna mix two. So I've got the Technic Pro Glow Lightweight Foundation, and I'm gonna be mixing in some of the Body Collection England Illuminating Liquid Foundation. Yeah, I like both of these foundations. I always use both of them as mixers because this one's too dark for me, this one's too light for me. So I always use them to mix with other foundations and they always look beautiful. I've tried both of them on their own as well and they are just both really pretty foundations. I just prefer to use them as mixers just because of the shades. So the Technic one is like a super liquidy formula. It comes in like a dropper. So I just drop some out on my hand. So you can see that's definitely like the wrong colour for me. Then my Body Collection one, the pump's actually broken, so I just literally take some out and like swipe it on. If I could see what I was doing, that would be helpful. So as you can see, the Body Collection one's like a bit thicker in consistency. And I just mix these together quickly. And let's see if I've got the perfect shade. I'm gonna blend in with a beauty sponge. This is just my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. But like both of these foundations, they don't have like the best coverage. They're both sort of like a light to natural coverage. They're both like really glowy and nice, but like not too over the top. They're just like, not to make you look like an oil slick, they just make your skin look like really healthy and radiant. Okay, so that's like one coverage. I added a little bit extra on my cheeks, but you can see my texture and everything. It looks good. Like it's not the most coverage. Like you can still see my redness and some blemishes and stuff. Before I go on with concealer, I'm actually going to do a bit of cream contouring because I have this foundation here from Body Collection. This is the Body Collection Airbrush Finish Skin Tint. So seeing as this video is on Technic and Body Collection, this is something that I need to mention. The shade ranges are shite. Like they're really bad. This, for example, is in the shade Light. And let me show you this. That's not light. That's not the shade Light. So yeah, the shade ranges are really bad. Like I think in foundations they only have like maybe 4 or 5, if that. Like that's being generous. So that's why I tend to mix the stuff, because I can't really find something that actually matches me. So that's just something to be wary of. But both brands are also vegan and cruelty free, I think. So I know it looks like super orange right now, but it does actually blend out very, very nicely. I'm just gonna blend this out, and it's like a super lightweight texture. Like it's like a mousse texture. That's what it feels like on your finger, but then when you blend it out, it's like, it feels like nothing. Then for blush, I have another product from Technic. This is the gel blusher in the shade Flirt. It's like a really pretty bright pink. They have a few of these, like maybe 3 I want to say. I like them. They smell nice. The formula is good. It's quite pigmented, like, but I don't know, cream bronzers and blushes and stuff, they're just not really my thing. Like it's good if that is your thing, but it's just not really my thing. I just prefer powder, I think. I'm just going to use my same like bronzer brush just to blend this out. So yeah, they're really, really pigmented, almost like a little bit too pigmented, to the point where like it does blend out, and it does blend out all right, but like I don't want to be this pink today. For concealer, I have another Technic product. So like this video is the majority Technic rather than Body Collection, because I had a bunch of Body Collection products and I either used them up or I got rid of them a while ago. Technic is definitely my preference over the two, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But this is the Technic 3-in-1 Canvas Contour Sculpt and Concealer. I've got mine in the shade Ivory. This thing dries down super quickly, so I'm just gonna do one eye at a time. So this colour is like, it's really peachy toned, so it's not like my it's not completely the right shade for me, but this is just what they had, again with the shade in. Okay, so under eye, before, after. So it does have nice coverage. It's not my favourite concealer. Like I very, very rarely reach for this. Like I have others that I prefer, but like it's not a bad concealer. It's a good concealer. Let's set this before we get any crease in. I've got the Technic Vitamin C Translucent Finishing Powder. Now it says finishing powder, but I've been using this recently to set my makeup and it works really nicely. Gonna get a little brush, dip straight in. It has like a little mesh thing that you can just like dip into. Go straight under my eyes. Normally I would set all over my face with this, but because I don't have any powder, bronzer or blusher, I'm gonna probably try and avoid those areas. and just sort of set around them. Right, done for that. I really like this powder actually. Yeah, it's a really nice powder. It sets down your makeup nicely, like it makes you look smooth, but like it doesn't change anything. A lot of these powders I've found will like, they'll like darken up my under eyes. Like even if they say translucent, they'll make it look proper, like deep and dark under there, and I don't like that. Whereas that one, like it really does just set your stuff. And yeah, I really like it, especially for under my eyes. Like I know it says finishing powder, but I've been enjoying doing that. Okay, so I just went ahead and put a little bit of highlighter on and I set my makeup down. So now we can finish up the eyes and do the lips. So for the body collection side, I think I'm just going to take this neutral shade and maybe pop that under. I feel like doing it pink might be too much, but I mean I can also add pink in if I don't like this. Even this has sort of like a pinkish undertone, so it does actually work well with like the pink and the purple. Right, I'm going to take a little bit of the pink as well and just put that right on the outer part, other eye. I'm going to start off with the transition shade that we used, which was it this one? I think it was this one. I'll take this one. I'm using it on the brush that I was using before that has green on it, so it will have some green left on it. With this same brush, I'm going to go into the dark green that we used, mix it with the light green, and then put that right here. Okay, this side is way more smoky than I wanted, and it is still a little patchy there. I think I have a problem with that dark green shade. I don't like the dark green shade. Like, it's just ain't really working for me. The more I try and fix it, the worse it becomes. So I don't like the dark green shade. But the rest of the palette I do think is really good. Like I said, I've used it like a bunch of times and it's always been great. So I think it is just that dark green shade that I'm not loving. But for, let's do inner corner quickly. For this side, I'm going to take this one, which has sort of like a little bit of a yellow undertone. I'm not going to spray it. I'm just going to put this on. Ooh. For the body collection side, I really only have the option of using this one, which isn't really bright enough, but okay. Jesus, that just crumbled straight up. I'm gonna give it a go. It's very, very crumbly. Yeah, it's a little too deep for me, so I'm actually just gonna pop back into this one and take this shade, which has sort of like a more pinky undertone. But it should still be brightening, hopefully. Yeah, that shade's really pretty. I actually really like that highlight shade. I'm just gonna actually pop that on my brow bone quickly. So the pinkish one on this brow bone. Wipe off my brush. Then the yellowish one on the other brow bone. I think we're ready for mascara, which if you watch my channel or if you've seen like any video at all, you will know that I literally use this every single day. It is like my favourite mascara ever, and it is the TECHNIC Mega Lash Water Resistance Mascara. And today I'm gonna actually try it out for you without curling my lashes, just so you can see like how it looks on just uncurled, untouched lashes. One coat uncurled lashes, like that's impressive, right? Okay, so I did 2 coats top, 1 coat on the bottom, and like, why do I even bother curling my lashes? Like, they look so good. But let's finish this off with the lips. So the only lip product I have is actually this gloss from TECHNIC. Yeah, that's all I got. This is the glossy top in the shade Pout. And again, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that the orange one of these is my favourite. It's called Shimmy and it's great, but I used it all up. So these, like, they're so nice. Like, they are thick, but they're not goopy, like, in the slightest. I've spoken about them a lot before, but they're just, like, they're really nourishing. Feel like a lip treatment, like, they're really nice. They make your lips look nice as well. Okay, Okay, so that is that with like nothing on underneath, no lip liner, no lipstick, no nothing. But that concludes this full face of Body Collection and Technic, and this is my completed look all up close. Let me know which side you prefer. Do you prefer the Technic side or the Body Collection side? Honestly, I actually really like both. I would probably wear both, not gonna lie. They are both like quite dark and like glitzy though. The glitter's grown on me, I'm not gonna lie, the glitter has grown on me. As per usual, if you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe and become part of the family. Click the little bell thing because you'll be notified of all of my future uploads. And consider becoming a Patreon. You can do it for as little as £1 a month and it would just really help me out. So yeah, without further ado, I will let you get on with your day. Thanks for hanging out with me and yeah, have a good one. Bye.